it's not often we use these, but when you do, they're invaluable. Engine cradles. So basically, when you're on a 4-post ramp, it's not as simple to get an engine out as it is on a 2-post ramp. So I'll drop the box off first, so the box is out, and then what I'll do, roll that toolbox underneath, rest this engine on, and then lift the 4-post up so it comes out the middle. So, but these engine cradles, you don't use them very often, but when you do, they're worth the weight in gold. So I'm going to do, lift it up now, move that gearbox, put that toolbox under here, engine onto it. Let's see how we get on. There we go. That toolbox coming handy, look, stainless steel top. So engine's dropped down onto it. So I'm going to roll this out and send that engine cradle back to the parts shop, because I don't keep it in here, it's in my way. See you in a minute. Bit in a while since that was empty. Bit dusty, so I'll give it a tidy up. So, bit of manoeuvring at the minute. That's my engine, so we need to move that up there. That's stuff out the engine, buying out the car, I've got to have a tidy up. And there's the engine out the car. So we need to have a look at this. We need to clean this up. It's been sat in there a while, look, got a bit of corrosion on that pulley. I'd like to change that water pump, so we've got to figure out how that is pressed on to this water pump, because this water pump is basically a 2.3 pump. So let's figure out that's pressed on. Also, basically, I've made this bracket. I milled this out. So you got this piece here, and there's an L bracket at the bottom there. See that? I made that on the mill. I've got two. What is it? This fit in here. When the AN12's on there, it's in line with this belt, I believe it was. I'm sure, was it this belt? There's something in line somewhere I need to figure out. I'm sure there's one of these fittings needs addressing, though, needs modifying. So that's my little race alternator. Yeah, I'll give this a shot blast as well, get these pulleys off. It's been years sat in there. Make all this look brand new. So that's got to come out of there. We'll bang an iron fit it. No, we don't, because I'm not using this block, so we'll leave that in there. But these are fittings that I made up on my lathe, just blanks. One for the dipstick hole, one for the breather, because don't use a crank breather on a dry sump system. So yeah, so I need to start stripping this bad boy, because I want the crank, the rods and the sump off of this engine for that engine. Getting confused here, engines everywhere. So we've got to get this off here onto an engine stand. Yeah. I think I might, once we've done this, I'll put that engine on this bench, because I need to sort out my trim plate clutch system. So I'll build that up on here with the box. I'll get the box on this toolbox, and then we'll engine crane it back into there basically. So we'll use the crane to get it off here under the 4-post and back into the engine bay with the box on and the trim plate. Yeah, loads to do, man, loads to do, but I'm glad that's off, that's out now, and we can start pulling that apart. So we're getting there, we're getting somewhere, aren't we? It's been absolutely years since I developed this. It was I think this was just a twin pump, scavenger pump as well. I only need a twin, because it's only, I think it scavenges 2 and draws 1. I've got a triple scavenger pump on an engine over there. But what I'll do, I'll rebuild all this, pull that pump apart, reseal it, make sure everything's fine before we put it back on. It's been some years since I pissed about with this, so it's got to scratch my head and remember what it is I designed and developed for this, man. You know what I mean? Yeah. Look at that, engine's still loose. We dropped some oil down them balls. It's a bit tight. We're getting the pistons out. We'll take everything out anyway and rebuild it. So, pistons and block there ready. We can use that. I've got an idea what I can use this for anyway, somebody else's build, because it's still a forged 2.2. Yeah. Absolutely straight, and it's 32 degrees today. So it's a bit warm, doors are open, fans on. That fan's been on all day. It's nice to stand in front of it, but I'll tell you what, it doesn't help that much when it's 32 degrees. So, but I'm chilling out now because it's the wife's birthday this weekend, so I'm gonna go for a top. So, but what I have done, which won't be in this weekend's videos, what I have done is uploaded my videos from the last week or so. So we're going to have 2 YouTube videos this weekend, one Saturday morning, one Sunday morning. This video will be the start of next week's, I think. So there's 2 videos uploaded there, an hour's worth, so 2 half-hour videos. Let me know if you find anything interesting in them, you know what I mean? So, because I just waffle on, don't I? Point and waffle. Any of the OGs amongst you remember this? If you remember this, let me know, because this was like 15, 16, 17 years ago. This was my first sign made up years ago by one of my best pals, Sam, and yeah man, I had a sign made. So let me know if you remember that. Right, I'm off. It's too hot. See you later. Right, had loads to do today, but not too much in here. Had a little bit of move around. There's James' engine. There's my new engine. There's my old engine. I had an engine stand arrive. I ordered 2. One's arrived. Don't know where the other one is. I've messaged the seller to say, did you post them both at the same time? Or what? No response. But I always buy these laser drip trays and I'll screw them onto my stands. Couple of self tappers and a little bit of sealant on screws, and then you've got a drip tray. Simple as that. Yeah, what I'm going to do, take the sump off and get into the engine, take the pistons and rods out and whatnot. Yeah, get the parts I need out of this, get them on that bench, get them all nice and clean again, and then start building this one. All that we're left with this is the pistons then, I think. Yeah, that's where I'm at the minute. Oh, what else have I done in here? I chucked another shelf up, so we've got another shelf there now. Above my benches so I can keep the shit off the benches. There's my boy, he's up there now, looking down on me all the time. Little bits and bobs out the way, up on there. Yeah, smallest snap-on toolbox in the world. So yeah, just to clear up my benches a bit. My RWB is hanging up there now. It's too big for any shelf really, so got it hanging up. So, stuff out the way. Yeah, I still need to remember to make this strengthening plate before I forget. So got to get on that. Day is it today? It's Monday today, I think. So I'm waiting for a phone call regards to cylinder head on that. I'll be collecting that this week. Yeah, that's where I'm at today. I've been doing loads of stuff outside the workshop as well, so. Right, see you in a bit. Morning, we've got some absolutely shit weather again today. And Dickhead 2 chilling down there. Little fella, when he's not going outside, getting soaking wet. So this morning, sump off, pistons and rods out. Don't forget, this engine was built years ago. I can't remember what year, but I know it's 10 plus years ago, you know. Engines that are built a year ago should not just be grabbed, put in a car and started up, you know. You need to open them up again. You need to check internals, you need to check shells, you need to check gaskets, because condensation gets inside the block, creates rust, creates things that seize. This was built, what am I talking? I'm talking this. I reckon this was built in easy 12 plus years ago. Yeah, easily 12 plus, yeah, over 12 years ago this engine was put together. And this shows how well I do lubricate my engines. and what oils I put in there that hold onto cranks and hold onto shells, because all my shells are fine, my crank's fine. This is a knife edge crank that's been polished, so it's polished, light and balanced, and knife edge this crank is. If you look down there, all polished look. Not very often you get a polished crank. I think this was off Andrew at ALD Developments, Andy. He done that crank for me. Nice crank. But yeah, no corrosion on the crank, but where the corrosion was is basically just on your crank seal bridge. Look at that, basically condensation's got in there, and that then dropped into my sump. So basically rust, where I have turned it over by hand, it's knocked off the rust that's created on that crank seal bridge and dropped into the sump. So if you'd have started that up, all this corrosion, look, there was no corrosion in the sump, but the corrosion had come off. You see where it was sat there, and on this side as well, look, see the rust. Obviously this is alloy, this doesn't rust, so the rust came off of that, yeah, and that's dropped into the sump. So, and that can happen after just months of an engine being built, 6 months, 12 months, 18 months. If you build an engine and it gets condensation anywhere near it, you're going to get problems. But my rings and rods look fine. Yeah, they look fine. Been a while since I've seen a scraper ring like that. But yeah, them rods aren't dirty. They're arrow rods. If you look at that, arrow. They've been used, so obviously, but they come shaded. These rods. Them rods are mint. The shells, absolutely brand new. All the shells are brand new still. So I'm gonna unbolt this crank and get the crank out next, because obviously I want to use the crank and I want to use the rods. Don't want to use the pistons. But the pistons, I know where they're going. They're going into another engine. Back into this block. I'll reuse this block. Right, get the crank out. Postman's just been, big box, so I'm unwrapping the box. You got this parcel, which I'm yet to unwrap. This parcel, but there was another one like this. I've unwrapped it and look what's in it. A bottle of tequila. Oof. And that's the good shit, man. So before I even open these, I know where this has come from. This has come from my very good friend Dave at XYZ Fabrication. He's done some billet work for me. I'll unwrap these and show you. But he was on holiday a little while ago, and he brought me that back from where he was on holiday. I can't have somewhere in Spain, I believe. 1795 bottle, estimated. I'm guessing that's the company. So, but yeah, 70. Fuck me. No, sorry, 38% volume. Fucking hell, so that's a strong bottle of tequila there. So we'll keep that for a rainy day. I'll tell you what. But my Axel, we'll keep that up there. Axel can look after that tequila for me, so there you go. Let's get these unwrapped and show you what I've got. There you go, that's what we have. The first 7, we've got 7 Mark 6s and 3 Mark 5s coming. So this is the first 7 to arrive. I'm guessing Dave wanted them out of the way. Cool pack covers. Billet. Let me show you a standard one. There you go. The standard one. That one was off my famous Lucifer. Returned to me. Stories I've told you in the past. And then we have billet ones. Oh, nice today. Got the room in there as well. A lot more room in there in comparison to that one. So I did a group buy on the RS forum, so I sort all the lads out who I've built engines for in the past, and lads I haven't, who need core pack covers, just custom ones. So yeah, loads of options for people to do with these. They can anodise them, they can just spray that and a bit of a wet and dry over the top, and then lacquer it, and then that will just be coloured in. Loads of options, man. But yeah, core pack covers are coming in. 3 more to come. I'll show you the Mark 5 ones when they get here. Mark 5 ones, very similar, but they're just a bit longer on the end here for the Mark 5 cam cover. Buzzing with them. There you go, cranks out. How clean them shells are, to know why. They're brand spanking new, Ford standard, and there's my crank. Anyone spot a difference on this crank compared to standard? Obviously I've told you it's polished. So we've got polish, knife edge, yeah, hammers basically turned down. But then if you look at this, you've got a billet. Do you remember in previous videos I showed you that you can bend these teeth? But you can't on this one. Look at that. Actually, billet stainless steel, trigger wheel. You can't bend these teeth at all. Because obviously when you rev to 9,000 revs, standard ones tend to spray outwards. So this can rev to 9,000 revs and that won't spray out. So that's my crank. That's the engine stripped. So what I can do now is, oh God, do you remember the wrist pins I was telling you about before? Putting them in the fucker. Now I've got to take these wrist pins out of these pistons so I can get this gudgeon pin out, get the rods off. Absolute ball ache to get them out. Not just putting them in, getting them out. But something else to show you. Let me move over it. Yeah, the floor. I've been to my Emirs today. He's got a CNC plasma machine, and he's done something for me. Look at them. Rottweilers. Plasma cut out. I've thrown a rattle can over these two. Basically, I've lineaged them off because they were fresh out of the plasma, and so I've lineaged all the crap off the edges. And I only had like half a rattle can of black, so I've rattle canned these two black. There's runs and everything, but it was just to show you the silhouette of a Rottweiler. There's 4 there, and basically these were inspired. Axel's inspired these, but these are to show tribute to all my lost Rottweilers. I chose these two because that one reminds me of Sadie, and that one reminds me of Axel, or Chaos and Axel. So that'll be 2 on the left gate, 2 on the right gate. I'm going to put those on my gates, and basically Rottweilers are black and tan, so all these silhouette markings will all be tan from my wood. So I need to put some yacht varnish on my gates first, and then I'll get these screwed on. Got to screw some holes, put some screw holes in them, and screw them onto my gates. Yeah, I think they'll look absolutely brilliant, won't they, on my gates. So everyone was on about putting signs and this, that, and what you're going to do with the gates, and that's what I'm doing with the gates. Rottweiler silhouettes. Some more previous boys and girls. So I'll crack on with these in the next few days when I've got time, and let me know what you think, because I've got other bits and bobs to sort out. Another shelf there I've got to sort out where it's going to go. I banged one up there. I think that one is going to go. Excuse me, I don't know why the stereo came back on then on its own, but that one's going to go there, I think. Put a shelf up there. I can fit 2 up there, but I've only got enough wood for 1. Might have to get some more. It's 18mm hardwood ply. So I've got a shelf there, across there, and one over there then. Yeah, just to keep clutter out the way, you know, keep things tidied up. But in regards to engines and stuff, I can start doing my piston ring fitment for this block now. Doing my rings, so I've got to gap the rings, but I need to get those pistons onto those rods. And because these have been used before, I won't be using these again. Like the rods in Jamie's engine, Ike rods, they're like 850, 900 quid rods. These are like, I think they were like, back in the day, like 12, 1300 quid rods, Zara rods, good rods. But because I haven't got my, I tell you before, I can't find my stretch gauge. Because I can't find my stretch gauge, I don't know how much stretch has been put through these conrod bolts, so I can't reuse them without using a stretch gauge to tell me whether these might not have enough tolerance left in them. So I need a new set of rod bolts. If I can find my fucking stretch gauge, it's a vernier. It's just a vernier that goes on either end of that, like a pin vernier. It's got the dial on it. Like I said, I don't want to buy one when I've got one, so I might just buy another set of rod bolts. But I can get these pistons, sorry, these rods and those pistons into that block there. Basically, these pistons, I'm going to put PEC rods onto these pistons. PEC rods are good. With the rod bolts that I've got with the PECs, they're good for 8,500 revs. So these pistons will be going back in that engine with PEC rods onto a 2-litre crank, because these are stroked. So I need another 2-litre crank to go back in there. The reason I need it because I'm building this engine for my friend Lee. He's got, remember the blue RS 2000 van? So these are Cosworth pistons, these are. I'm going to give these pistons away to Lee's build. I'm going to say give them away. Lee's purchased a set of pistons. These will be the ones Lee has. The Cosworth pistons, brand spanking new, brand new rings, brand new pistons, unused, brand new PEC rods. I think I might have to machine out the rods, or I might have to put new, let me check. I think these are 20 point something mil pins, and the PECs are 20 mil. So it's not much. So what I'll do though, because I don't want to take away from the brass too much, so you open up the end of the rod. I'll speak to Martin at MJ, see if there's enough tolerance in those rods. There should be, to get those pins in. Yeah. So this engine will be rebuilt to go into Lee's van. That will be Lucifer 2's engine. And there's Jamie's engine. So we get in places. Well, this isn't covered up, like I said, because it needs a good strip down, rebuild, clean. All these parts need a clean. Yeah, I need bits like this you can clean up with a Scotch pad, but I'll shot blast certain things. This needs a shot blast. Yeah. This just needs a wash out. Yeah. So we're busy there. I think I showed you earlier. Let me just check. One sec. I showed you them earlier, didn't I? But what I didn't show you, I think, is one fitted. There you go. So I'm going to make that black, like the one on my engine. There's one fitted, look. Look at that. Oh, billet coil pack colour. And this is on Paul's big power, big turbo engine. Like I said, this is not staying. That's what supplied. It's no good. So in the future, I'm waiting for a Zoo Speed inlet to be made. But yeah, that's getting there nice and buttoned up, that is. And doesn't it look good with a bit of Emerald Speed Shop billet? So Right, I'm going to leave it there for today, I think. Because it's going dark out. It's not going dark outside, but the sun's gone in. And, yeah. I'm going to check on my lad because he's building me a fence outside. And I looked at the fence yesterday and he's put posts in. And I said, did you use a spirit level or your spirit animal to put them posts in? And he said, yeah, I didn't use a spirit level, Dad. I used, he come out with something, I can't remember what he said. But I said, it's a spirit animal, you know what I mean? Not a spirit level. I don't know why I did it, because look, I've got spirit levels everywhere. But anyway, he's cracking on. Well, see you in a bit. Afternoon. Day is it today? Thursday today. Yeah. Our plan was to get up this morning and go to Bromsgrove, MJ, see my mate Martin, and pick up the cylinder head for P2K, but I woke up pretty rough today. I don't know if it's a 24-hour bug or what, man, but I was rough, man, this morning. Like sicky rough, I don't know. Just had nothing to give, so I stayed home. Thankfully, I got somebody else to pick up the head because MJ is shut tomorrow. Tomorrow was the day I was supposed to collect it. So I've got somebody else to collect the head today, so I'll go and pick the head up off them tomorrow. Yeah. So today, nothing in here. But I was busy in here all day yesterday, and I'll drop P2K down in a minute and show you what I did yesterday. I've had a postman turn up today. Again, I showed you stuff that turned up the other day with a postman. I've had another postman turn up today with another box. I got a friend on social media called Kevin Flatman, and he's a good lad. You know what I mean? He's builds. Over the years I've known him, he's built some concourse cars. You know what I mean? I think I got to know Kevin quite well when he was into the RS2000 because he built a concourse RS2000, really nice RS2000, won all the concourse competitions, and I think he's now onto a concourse Focus RS Mark 1. He's done Escort Cosworth, he's done other motors, I think Fiestas and stuff. So yeah, he had some. He's in regards to concourse, he was doing some zinc plating and cleaning things up for the Mark 6s, and he sent me some goodies. At the corners of the art, because I think he's just trying to get rid of the RS stuff he's got left or what. Like, he messaged me, he said, "Do you want these, Kev?" So for nothing, he sent me these in the post. I'll open it up and show you. Oh, what we got in here? Oh, you recognise these, don't you? So we got a Mark 5 core pack cover, a Mark 6 core pack cover, all stickered up actually. Right. Have a look. Oh, another Mark 6 core pack cover. So we've got a Mark 5 and 2 Mark 6s that Kev's just given me. But then, what else we got in here? Bonnet catches. Right, let's open it up, have a look how many we got. 1, 2, 3, 4 Mark 6 bonnet catches and a Mark 5B. By the look of it, I think that one is. But these are all like brand new, all zinc plated, all cleaned up. Really tidy, man. Out the, like I said, free. Out the corners of the geezer's art, man. I think he just got fed up in having stuff kicking around that he was getting rid of, so he just sent me these, man, bless him, and he knows I'll make use of them, do you know what I mean? So, no, they're not for sale. These will be used on motors I got, do you know what I mean? Or they'll stay on the shelf, do you know what I mean? I've been given stuff, it's not going to be sold on, do you know what I mean? This will be used for RS2000 Mark 6s now that I got. I got enough Mark 6s of my own, do you know what I mean? So, might even have a look at P2K and see the state of the one on P2K. Might put a nice clean one on there. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah. Even a polishing regular. So bless him. Thanks, Kev. Much appreciated, fella. Yeah, that is really nice of you. And these will be going on my wall, you know. Everybody knows I've got a wall. I'll show you the wall, but I've got a wall covered in these. Some people think it's sacrilege, I mean, people try and buy these, but I've got a wall covered in them, I'll show you. But I'll show you what I've been up to with P2K. Let's get it down. Well, for starters, I put a nice clean car cover on it, look. Because you'd be amazed, through the summer, nowhere else in the workshop doesn't do it on that car cover. I think it's just in here throughout the doorway, having the door open all summer. You know, dead bees and insects and flies that just drop, literally just drop and land onto that car. So the other one's gone. I've put that car cover into the wash, and I've got a nice clean one on there. But let's pop the bonnet, and we're back. All right, who remembers all the red that was under there? On the engine mounts, on the bulkhead. Don't know how well it's going to come across on camera, but that's all pink now. I don't know. It's not finished yet. I've put a bit of black on that. I'm going to put some heat shielding around the top of that servo as well. Heat shielding is going to go on here, overlap onto that bulkhead a little bit. Painted things down here black that needed touching up. But there you go. We have a pink engine bay. Absolutely love it. Like I said, it's not finished yet. Got other things to go in there. Heat shield and tidy things up. And Jamie will probably change like I don't like these chrome things, but that's a coilover off job, and I ain't got time for that at the minute. But yeah, everything's going back in there, be nice and tidy as well. Remember, I painted the windscreen motor, the windscreen wiper motor. The matrix will be nice and tidy. So anything that goes back on there will be nice and tidy. So I've got a mint engine bay now, compared to what it was anyway. You know what I mean? It's a lot tidier, isn't it? It's all pink, it's all one colour, so the whole car is pink now. Yeah, so I'm chuffed with that. Tomorrow I'll be collecting the cylinder head and I'll continue on with the engines, I think. Yeah, I think that's all I've got to show you at the moment. For today anyway. Like I said, I wasn't very well this morning. Sometimes you just got to listen to yourself and say, I ain't going nowhere, I ain't doing nothing. So, actually, I did another job yesterday with the help of my friend Emir, who's got a CNC plasma cutter. I showed you the Rottweilers, I think, already, or may not. Well, I had some Rottweilers cut out, 3 foot tall, life size, and I painted them and I've put them on my gates. So I'll show you the gates. If I don't do a video of the gates showing you, I'll insert some pictures. But it was mainly as a tribute to Axel and to other Rottweilers that I've lost over the years, you know what I mean? But the idea instigated through the passing of Axel, you know what I mean? So dickhead number 1 has been the inspiration for the tribute on my gates. So let me know what you think. Cheers. There you go. These are my gates. Look brilliant, don't they? I'll insert some pictures of them closed later, unless I take a picture, well, after this, unless I take a video of them when I close the gates later. That's with them open. And I'll be honest with you, I did it, and when I come up the drive earlier, I saw one, and I was like, oh, there's a dog there. So, imagine what the postmen think. Yeah. So, it's RIP, Sadie, Chaos, Axel. Tribute to lost family members. Cheers. Afternoon. Friday today, and Jamie's engine here with the cylinder head picked up, and it's just resting on top at the moment. But as you can see, inlet bores enlarged a lot. 1 second, I'll get the inlet gasket, show you the comparison. Here you go. Obviously, these are a lot bigger when you put these against a standard head. You have a big step. This is temperature shield, basically, with a gasket on either side. So reduces temperature from the cylinder head passing through to any inlets that are on there. But yeah, nice big inlet bores on there. And I'll show you the outlet. There you go. The size of that. I've got big hands, so 3-finger width exhaust port. That's a nice size. That's a nice size exhaust port. So that was done by MJA Automotive. Basically, they build engines for Car SOS. So my mate Martin and his sons all run the company, family-run business. I was hoping to do a video when I collected it, but obviously they shut today, and I had it collected yesterday for me. So next time I go there, I'll get them on video. But yeah, cams are in. Cams will be coming back out. They were just in when I collected the head, so they've got to come back out to bolt the head on. But all the lifters now are solid, so it's solid lifters, uprated valve springs, nice profile cam, and piston pockets. Sorry, valve pockets in the pistons, so that basically when you saw the engine that I got in the car, you saw loads of dings in the pistons where the valves had touched. Well, thankfully the valves were salvageable, but the cams weren't. It slapped the fuck out of the cams. So brand new cams, as you can see. Look, they're absolutely brand new, brand spanking. So yeah, they'll become really shiny after the engine's been run, but they're brand spanking at the moment. So yeah, brilliant. I can start bolting this together. I've got to bolt the head on, then I've got to make a baffle sump, sort the sump out. So that'll be the head on, sump done, and then we'll go down the chain side, do the chain side, time it up, and yeah, we can start working on things like gearbox and clutch and getting this mounted to it, and look at putting it in the car. So all steam ahead next week. Cheers. See you later.